Okay, here we go. Today we have one. This is pretty much specifically for the kids taking the SAT this weekend. This is more of an SAT question. You know, everyone can benefit, but this is something to look out for in the SAT. They give you a parabola. Looks like they're telling you ABCD is a square. They give you a function, which is just the parabola, and they're just asking you for the value of A. There's not a number in the problem. We have A comma 0, negative A comma 0, and somehow they're expecting us to get a number. So don't panic. See what you can do with it. We'll pause the video. We'll come back and see if we can solve it together. And we're back. And here we go. So again, let's not panic. This looks 10 times harder than it probably is. And with these kinds of problems, you actually want to see these because all you really have to do when you see this stuff, and they will typically do it with a parabola, if you can simply identify the coordinate that lies on the parabola, it lies on both the parabola and the square, all you really have to do is take that coordinate and plug it back into your function, and it's really as simple as that. So let's see if we can make sense of this thing. It's a square. So, you know, what do we learn about a square in elementary school? Just all the sides are the same. The biggest question now is, you know, what is this distance? You know, if this were, I'm just going to make this up, if this were a 10 and this were then negative 10, I feel pretty confident people would tell me that distance is just 20. But when they see the variable, they think they don't really know, but they do know. The distance from here to here, we'll just get rid of the 10s there. The distance from 0, 0 to A, 0 is simply A. And the distance from negative A, 0 to 0, 0, remember distance is always positive, A, which just makes the side of the square 2A. Right? A plus A is just 2A. That means this is 2A. That means this is 2A. That means this is 2A. Typically when I would do this, I would always target points in the first quadrant here just so I know both are positive so I don't have to mess around with negative numbers. Well, let's see. What is that x coordinate? So I'm going over A. And I'm going up 2A. Easy enough. So now I have my point A comma 2A. I just need to pop it into the function. Right? Everyone should know f of x is just a fancy way to say y. X is A. I put that here. That's A squared. Y is 2A. So I have that. A little bit of algebra. You know, you could do this a few ways. You could divide by A here. You could plug the answers back in. Typically when we see an A squared, you know, we'll just move everything to one side. So let's see, 0 is equal to A squared minus 2A. I can take an A out of both terms and I'm left with A minus 2. So I know A can either be equal to 0, right? So it's the first factor equal to 0, and then the second factor equal to 0. So A minus 2 could be 0. So A is 2. Now we see that obviously 0 is not there. 2 is. So we're going to guess it's 2. It can't be 0 because they're saying A is a positive distance. That doesn't really make any sense with 0. So it's just this one.